Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us for another edition of the MMT Social Hour. My name is Jesse Fouts, and I'm your host tonight. I'm joined by my friend Jeff Bowman.
How's it going?
Stephanie Martin.
Hi.
And Nikki Kennedy.
Hello.
Well, if you happen to catch a glimpse of the opening title card, we are going to be talking about Disney's Typhoon Lagoon. Have you ever been to Disney's Typhoon Lagoon?
But every time you say Disney now, you have to say it like that.
Disney's Typhoon Lagoon.
Working on its advertising. I have been. I can say that.
Indeed, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of the things that has always intrigued me, I think everybody thinks when you come down to Walt Disney World, there's just the four theme parks. It's Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, and that's it, right? But we know that's not the case because there's also two water parks, and we're only going to be talking about one of those two water parks tonight, and that's Disney's Typhoon Lagoon. But we're heading into the summertime. It's hot here in Central Florida, and what better way to cool off than to spend a day in the water park?
Mm-hmm.
And I think we love water parks. I love water parks, I think a lot of people, unless you just don't, enjoy that type of thing, it's just fine. But I would say all of us here, we enjoy a good lazy river or a good water slide or a good wave pool. So, and then, you take a water park and you take the Disney storytelling and you add what they're able to do, and it becomes a water theme park. So, So I say we just jump right in and start talking about Typhoon Lagoon.
Yeah.
So does anybody know the backstory to Typhoon Lagoon, or does anybody know what's the theming here? What's happened?
Is it a shipwreck?
So there was a freak typhoon that hit Central Florida and marooned all of these boats and things in Central Florida. And they decided to just make a water park out of it. I believe that
would be such a big typhoon.
It's really good writing.
Land there.
Yes,
Yep.
Absolutely.
And there's signs just like telling the story as you're driving into the parking lot too that tell you what happened. And it's simple writing, but it's there.
Before I move on to the next slide to tell you this, does anybody know what year did Disney's Typhoon Lagoon open?
2008.
Whoa.
I'm guessing. I have absolutely no idea.
Stephanie, you got a guess?
She's Googling. She's
I'm muted. Sorry. No, Typhoon Lagoon opened in 98.
Oh, I wasn't even close.
Jeff?
98 is my guess too.
What if I told you that Disney's Typhoon Lagoon opened in 1989?
What?
1989? Yes. So again,
that's wild.
That's really surprising.
The Lagoon has been open for over 30 years.
Wow.
And Stephanie, you had it correct on the theming. Sure, Nikki, I think you also had you mentioned as well. So
I was going off your picture.
you take this theme, this idea that this freak havoc typhoon come through, and it took it wreaked havoc on a paradise island, and then it made some really neat configurations. So when you stroll through the water park, you're going to see this. And, one of the things you're going to see, and probably the thing that's going to draw your eye out, and they call these Disney weenies. So basically it's whatever takes your attention as soon as you come in the park, it draws your focus. It's going to be the Miss Tilly on Mount Mayday. So this is the ship that is just, how did it get up there? The Typhoon. And then, of course, But because of the typhoon, you now have all these really cool, like, slide areas, and you've got this giant wave pool, and you've got a lazy river and all this good stuff. So, and the theming is just strong throughout the park.
That's so cool.
What did you notice about it when you first went in, and when you first went to Typhoon Lagoon?
The first thing I noticed is the giant wave pool. It's huge. It's probably the biggest wave pool I've seen.
Yeah. How about you, Stephanie?
The first thing that it's the wave pool for sure, and then but of course it's Miss Tilly. Like, you walk in and it's huge. It's like right up there, so it's definitely, that's what I always noticed.
Yep. And of course, you can see the picture here. You've got the giant megalodon shark opening. I hope that there's not a shark that big in the ocean somewhere.
I hope not.
It can reach Central Florida with just one typhoon.
We don't want that, but you don't have to worry about this because this is still family friendly. It's safe. You're not fighting Jaws. That's down the road. That's another part. So,
but you used to be able to swim with sharks at Typhoon.
Yeah.
Yes.
The shark reef.
Yes, absolutely.
It's gone now, but
and
that was a cool thing that
used
to be there.
Because apparently back in 1989, that was totally cool.
Yeah.
You can still
Not
swim
cool anymore. I guess.
It's in my mind that it was 1989.
I know. I can't get over that right now.
So technically, you can still swim with sharks over in Epcot. Did you know that?
Yeah.
At the seas
in the seas.
Okay.
Right.
I was thinking the lagoon in the middle, and I was like, so I did know that, but for some reason I wasn't getting there.
Right. So, Typhoon Lagoon, 1989, which means I think it had opened concurrently while the old river country was still in effect before they officially shut that down. So, and then of course they built a third water park later on, which was Blizzard Beach. So you actually at one point had 3 water parks at World. And right now, Blizzard Beach still operates. It's just under refurbishment. So that's while we're not talking about Blizzard Beach, we're talking about the water park that's open. But here's what you need to know, right? If you're coming to Walt Disney World, you want to visit, how much does it cost? So, you've got your one-day admissions starting at $69 per adult. This is before tax, and $64 for per child. Now, these tickets, it's important to note, these are like anytime visit tickets. They do have a cheaper ticket. I think it's cheaper by about $5 a ticket. But there's certain blockout dates where you cannot visit the water park during those blockout times. And usually your blockout times are going to be the summer months, the most popular time to visit the water park. It's also important to note that unlike the theme parks, you don't have to make a theme park reservation for this.
Nice.
So you just show up, and that's a big perk, right? Well, let's say you're staying. This is also another perk too, if you think about it. It's free parking, whether you're staying at Walt Disney World Resort or not. It's free parking. If you are visiting the water park, you're not paying theme park parking, which is different. If you're staying off-site visiting Magic Kingdom, you're paying parking. Coolers are okay. They're going to inspect the coolers, so you can't bring glass in. They're not going to let you bring your own alcohol in, but you can bring just about everything else. Sodas, picnic style lunch. Coolers are allowed. Jeff, tell me about towels. Do you get towels for free?
If you're staying on property, yes. If not, bring your own.
Yep. Or else you can do what? You can
rent them.
Yep.
I don't know how much that costs because I'm cheap and I just bring my own towels.
Right.
Yeah, they're available for rent as well as lockers. But just plan on bringing your own towel if you're not staying on property. If you're on property, you're good to go.
Right. And I know several of us here tonight have smaller children that might not yet be proficient in swimming. So this is also important. There are life jackets available, and they are complimentary. You don't have to pay to rent those. They are going to be provided for your use there. So, And I thought it was interesting, because if you look at these admission prices, it's really not bad, right? Like $69. I think it's $72 after tax or something like that. To visit the water park, right? You're going to pay more for that down the road at Volcano Bay, which I think we've discussed. Volcano Bay is ultimately my favorite water park in the area, but this is going to be a close second, right? Typhoon Lagoon is up there, and we can talk about why. But if you're visiting and you've got a Walt Disney World vacation package already, don't buy a day admission. Here's the tip here. This is great, and I'm telling you, you can't beat the math on this. It's only $70 more to add the water park and sports option to your base ticket. Now you're probably saying, well, wait a minute, that's the same price, $70. Why wouldn't I just buy the one-day ticket? Because does anybody know what the water park sports option does to your ticket? Anybody?
You got to use your fingers to explain it.
Yeah, it doubles your park days.
Yes. So let's say you have a 4-day ticket, a 4-day base ticket. Now, you've got 4 days to visit all 4 of the Walt Disney World theme parks. And if you add the water park and sports option, you get 4 extra days of admission to visit the water parks. They've also got miniature golf courses you can use your admission for. You can visit the Wide World of Sports, the ESPN Wide World of Sports. And of course, when this is really good when you have it for, when Blizzard Beach will be back open. So you would have 4 extra days of admission just to visit the water parks on top of your 4-day ticket. Same thing if you have a 3-day ticket or a 2-day ticket. But where you really save the most money, and this is amazing to me that a lot of people don't know this, is if you have a park hopper ticket, it's only $20 more. That's almost a third of the cost. No, that is a third of the cost of what
it's a no-brainer at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you just go once.
Why not?
Yep. So definitely check that out. The math definitely plays out here. So let's talk about the attractions. I just listed this out, and you'll see this on another slide because I made an error, but you can see Castaway Creek is one of them. It's a continuously flowing 2,100-foot lazy river.
It's huge.
It's amazing. I love lazy rivers, and it's
probably the laziest of lazy rivers, but it's great.
What is your favorite attraction there? I think Jeff, you answered this question, but I'm going to make you answer it again. Just, I think you were talking about the wave pool, maybe.
The wave pool's cool, and the waves are huge. Like they're bigger than a lot of the waves that you'll go and see like off the coast of an ocean. But the Crush and Gusher water coaster is pretty dope, and you have both single rider or a way you can ride with 2 people.
Yeah. Stephanie, what about you? What's your favorite there?
I actually like Crush and Gusher a lot. That one's fun. And then I'm a lazy river type person. I'm one of the ones that will watch everybody else go down the water slides for the most part. So I will just sit in that thing all day long and just be happy as a clam.
Absolutely. How about you, Nikki?
Okay, I need your guys' help. It's been 10 years since I've been there, okay? Is there a ride? I don't remember. I'm going to sound stupid, but I'm going to go for it. Is there one that has like broken crates and like ropes and stuff as you're like going up?
Yes.
What is that one?
Yes. I'm trying to remember. Hold on.
Whatever it was, I remember thinking like this is the coolest thing. But that's literally all I remember is like
the Crush and Gusher's a lot like the Aqua Mouse on the cruise line.
I don't think I even remember the ride. I just remember like the detail and being like, this is so cool. So
was it
I don't know.
Cowabunga or Gangplank Falls? Maybe.
Yeah, I'm asking, but I actually wouldn't know. I'm just glad to know something like that exists.
Yeah.
So.
No, there was definitely something like that. There were so many.
I think it might be Misadventure Falls.
Misadventure Falls. Okay.
Yeah, that one's like a big tube that you all sit in. You can fit like 4 people in the tube.
Yeah. I think that's
like the family ride one. Yeah.
And it's a pretty it's a fun ride. We took our 2-year-old on it, and she doesn't necessarily like it, but she'll go on it.
But she can go.
She probably likes to
I just
hang out
remember
in
the detail was
the
like
creek.
you don't see that at other, like if you go to a water park, you're just gonna see like a green slide, right? Like I just remember the detail being
you always get the Disney difference, which is awesome.
So now in this picture though, we can see, and I'm going to hover over it, you've got Miss Tilly right there on Mount Mayday, right? Can somebody tell me what happens every half hour here? Anybody?
Me.
Doesn't it shoot water out?
Yes.
Yeah, like it explodes. Yeah.
The geyser. Yeah.
Yeah, the geyser. Yeah.
Yep. So, I think it's very important, and I mentioned this area specifically because, you're probably visiting Walt Disney World with smaller kids, and you want to know what's there for smaller kids. Jeff, you have a small child. Nikki, you have small children. Stephanie, your children small?
Mine are 3 and 5, so they're like kind of starting to get into the bigger stuff. Yeah.
So you have Catch a Kitty Creek. So very funny play on words there. So this is going to be an interactive play area. You've got water slides, shallow pools, and it's just for your smaller children. Talk to people watching this. They've never been. Tell us, is this a family-friendly water park?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They even have a little tube slide for kids in this area.
That's so cute.
It's like the smallest water slide for tubes you've ever seen. They're small tubes too. Yeah. It's crazy. Georgia won't go on it. Cute. She went one time and she's scared to death.
She needs my kids to come do it with her. I feel like kids have to go in a pack or they won't go. They wouldn't do anything. But then when bigger kids were doing it, she's like, "Oh yeah, I can do this."
Yeah. Kenzie took her on it one time, and then I never got to see her do it. But she said she loved it, and then as soon as she got out, she never wanted to do it again.
Yeah.
Oh God.
How it goes.
Yep.
So I think even a lot of the rides there, you're going to find the ride heights are very, very conducive for smaller children as well. Now, there are going to be some rides that you're going to see that, they're going to have to be taller to ride, but they're not going to feel excluded because there's going to be plenty of things to do for the smaller children there. So, so we've talked about this already. It's been mentioned, but you've got the Typhoon Lagoon surf pool. And this is actually one of the largest in the world outdoor wave pools. And not only that, Jeff, tell me something. What is a unique experience that you can do at Typhoon Lagoon Surf Pool throughout the year? What is something you can do here?
So hours where they're not operating, they actually do surf lessons here. Reasons why they do it when it's not during operational hours is because you don't want a surfboard crashing into one of these people's heads.
It hurts so bad.
Oh yeah, that would be crazy. But that is something that I am interested in. I don't think at my physical state that I would be able to get on a surfboard. So might have to lose.
That's your goal. Next year, you are going to surf Typhoon Lagoon.
Now, I will say, if you're going to do this experience, you do get up very early in the morning. I know it's before the park opens.
Yeah, I'm out.
I think even when the park closes, they do it too. One time I was leaving, and there were people waiting to go in with their surfboards.
Wow.
So
it's really cool.
Yeah, it's
not during the summer because they have extended hours, till 8 p.m. But
that's a good place to learn. I feel
I would think so.
Where there aren't sharks.
There's that.
It's even different than you've seen these flow rider surf simulators that they have.
That's not the same at all.
A lot different here.
This is actual waves.
Yeah.
These are
Yeah,
I think they're like
They're actual
6-7
man-made
foot waves almost.
I feel like this is probably the most realistic, but like
right
controlled environment
Yes.
that you could be
the
in.
ocean.
you can see. I mean, just from the video there, the way that white cap's on there, how it comes across, and it's really gnarly. It is.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's fun to swim out there and like try and catch it just body surfing too.
Yeah.
Like you can go, I think it goes out to like 8 feet deep, and you can swim out there. There's a line you can't cross. That's
right.
Obviously for safety reasons, but you can swim out there and try and body surf. It's a lot of fun, and I can do that in my physical state now. So
definitely for the stronger swimmers though. Like the ones like be with them. Don't let them just kind of meander out there by themselves.
Yeah,
like,
and the lifeguards are good at like they can tell who's a decent swimmer and who's not, and they'll tell you don't go any further, and they'll make sure you're safe too. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, speaking about, like, I don't know about you, but again, like Jeff said, I surfing's not going to be my physical stature. It's just, I'm not, maybe 20 years ago, that would have been all me. But I've transitioned into the king of Lazy River, right? So, and I know we already talked about this. So this is Castaway Creek. This is a picture. And again, 2,100 feet. This is,
huge,
crazy, because you're talking about, it's not quite half a mile, but it's still a long lazy river to be on, and again, just a great way to relax, and definitely love a good lazy river.
And it goes through a cave.
It's in the park.
Yeah, it's not a nice lazy river.
Yeah. Yep.
My coordination also struggles with just getting in a tube in a lazy river, so surfing is not going to be my jam.
Well, here's the nice thing about the tubes that they have. They have half tubes, and you can
that is my jam. I can probably
it's like a half tube with a bench across, so it sits like this, and there's like a little bench underneath. So it's
I love Disney.
To get into actually.
Disney,
Nikki, we have a new destination.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I tell you what, that is fantastic.
Down, I'm almost there.
I'm trying to see if I can see any in this picture.
I was like kind of creeping without creeping.
Yeah.
See, this is why I want to go back.
So let's talk about dining at Typhoon Lagoon. So, you have about 7 different places they're quick service. So you're not going to find a sit down table service type of restaurant in here. You're going to find mostly walk up counter window type of service. And pictured here, you have a sand pail sundae. Nikki, tell me about the sand pail sundae, since this is your picture.
So, something funny? This was, like I said, this is 10 years ago. So the reason that we went to Typhoon Lagoon, we were going before a cruise, and I didn't even go to the dry parks, because I only wanted to go because one of my friends posted a picture of this, and I was like, that's the most epic thing. I have to go to Typhoon Lagoon. So this is just a bucket of ice cream and heart attack, but it was delicious.
Right. So yeah, this is great. So it's I think the name of the walk-up window is like Happy Landings, I think is what it is.
Yeah, 10 years ago, I got nothing. It could be in a different place, but worth the $17. I looked it up, and it's delicious, and I will be back.
I'm doing it next time.
Yes, it's fabulous.
Maybe we should go live on the Facebook page.
I think there's enough ice cream for all of us to split one, so I think we might need
some doubles, but they also have Moana themed ice cream cones as well. There's like a and a Moana cone. They're more like Dole Whips though. One's like a vanilla and strawberry Dole Whip, and then they're really good.
I need to go.
So tell me a little bit about the food you're going to find here. I mean, are we talking just chicken nuggets or chicken?
The chicken strips are next level. They're probably the same that they serve in the park, but they taste different.
You're exhausted from swimming, so food is always going to be better.
Yeah, but they've got your chicken strips, your nachos. It's your typical quick service, delicious Disney food.
Yep. I don't know about you, but I don't know why nachos taste better poolside. I don't know why.
Always.
They do.
And chicken wings, but
and chicken wings. Yep.
I think it's just everything. French fries.
Everything poolside
Yeah.
is better.
Um,
It's delivered poolside.
now, interesting. I would say here, and I didn't mention this here, but you can also, and I'm going to butcher the name of these. They're not. They call them beachcombers, I think is what they are. Beachcomber, not cabanas. They are cabanas for all intents.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
But I think they call them beachcomber. I'm blanking. But anyways, they're like kind of like sheds, but they're cabanas.
They're like more like a hut.
Yeah,
is what I would call it.
Okay.
Like a cabana.
Yeah, right.
They're in theme. They're like
Mhm.
someone washed up and made them, kind of thing.
And I will tell you, I
it's
think
like a tarp.
you can start booking them at 60 days. I think it's 60 days currently right now, and they will book up. So if you want one, you definitely want to be right on it 60 days to get it. But then,
especially in the summer, like when I was there earlier in the spring, there were tons wide open, but in the summer, they're gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then, of course, next year, if you're visiting Typhoon Lagoon in the parks, just like with everywhere Disney Springs, the hotels, and in addition to the parks, your Disney dining plan will work there. So if you're going to have snack credits or quick service credits, this is a place that you will be able to use that as well, and be able to enjoy. I think. And remind me, I can't remember. Are there popcorn bucket locations here too?
Yeah.
So if you have your refillable popcorn bucket, definitely bring that along too. So
I'm not a huge Magic Band person, but Magic Bands at the water parks are super convenient too.
Oh, yeah.
That's something to remember.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I think
wallet.
you can mobile order here too at the locations for food as well.
There's not a lot of mobile order locations, but there are a few.
Right.
That's good to know.
So let's talk about a special after-hour event that they have here at Typhoon Lagoon, and this is something that I think is not only one of the best values for an after-hour party, but it's a fun after-hour party. So you've got so H2O Glow Nights. This takes place weekends. I think it's Fridays and Saturdays throughout the summer. It's an extra ticketed event, and you could see. So it's $75 per adult, $70 per child before tax. The event itself runs for 3 hours after the park closes at 8. It runs from 8 to 11 p.m. And does anybody know what this is themed after? Anybody?
Isn't it the Toy Story short?
Yes.
Where they're all in the bathtub.
Oh,
Rex. That's right.
Oh, like the disco dino.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh no, I want to go.
I had no
I know,
idea.
it's so cute. I remember when they announced it, and my kids were like watching those. Like that's like kind of when they started watching that, and like when that hit, I was like, oh my gosh, these people are.
Oh my
I
God.
thought you were talking about the little part in Toy Story 2 where they're driving through the toy store and they stop by the Barbie area. I was like,
You're like, that's
Barbie.
not working. No, it's a short where they like end up just throwing a rager in a bathtub.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Sweet.
Oh, that one's great. I love that one.
Remember they put the bubbles in, so you have the bubbles.
Yeah.
You have the foam there, and it's pretty cool.
Okay, I gotta go now.
Yeah, you gotta go watch it. That and the one where there's like the little Buzz Lightyear toy that the chicken thing from Disney
Small fry.
Small fry, yeah.
So funny.
So this is a perfect event for somebody who doesn't like to be long exposure in the sun by the pool. This is great because it's after hours. It's the evening. You don't really even have to wear sunscreen at all because again, it's evening time. With this ticket that you buy, you can get in starting at 6 p.m., which is a good 2 hours before the park closes. So you actually get to enjoy the park for up to 5 hours on a $75 ticket. Now, just a reminder, your normal one-day ticket is $70. So you're getting an after-hour ticket for just that cost. And this is a private event, whereas private, they're not the park's not open to capacity. It's a limited number of guests. going. So you'll find that your attraction lines are going to be a lot shorter. There's going to be some special characters out that you can see and meet, and things like that you can enjoy throughout the night with the party. Definitely a fantastic enhancement to a Walt Disney World.
Are snacks included like other after hours events? Do you know?
So on this now, like for instance, if you go to like an Epcot or a Magic Kingdom after hour event, you're going to find that there are going to be like bottles of water included, that type of thing. So let's see here, if you don't mind. I just want to check this out. I think
I would guess. If they are, then that's like an even better value than your like day ticket, which I don't know if they are.
I want to say that this one does not.
It does. It actually. So this one does. This does include.
It does, really.
So Mickey Premium bars, like so to be ice cream novelties, which is Mickey Premium, popcorn and fountain beverages will be included.
Why are we not going to this?
I know. I'm like,
yeah. Why didn't we do this?
I will you see it in August.
Yeah.
I will be eating a premium bar. I'll sneak it into the
river.
For those of you that don't know, do you know what the current rate for a premium bar is right now?
Probably like $5.75.
It's like almost $7 with tax.
Are they really?
Oh my god!
Yeah, so that's
one Mickey bar that's cheaper than your day ticket.
And bring a cooler. Bring your cooler.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, that's
full of Mickey bars.
I literally just got off a plane and been ready. I'm gonna fly back. Oh my god!
Jim's gonna go load his car with Mickey bars the entire
Mickey bars
night.
and Coke.
Right. So
I'm just getting diapers. I'll be right back.
There you go.
Look, you heard it here. Definitely. No, but this is fantastic. This is a great use of like an after-hour event, and like I said, a good enhancement. So definitely check out tickets for it. There are discounts available, but you have to either be a Florida resident or an annual pass holder. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, so there you go. What do you like most about Typhoon Lagoon? If you're watching, if you've been, tell us in the comments. If you've never been, of course, what are you most excited about? Again. Water parks are a fun way here, especially in Orlando. You're going to beat the heat.
It's 95 today.
We've got some great water parks here, and Disney does it really well. So, but yeah, I think again, I love the relaxing feel of a water park. The more relaxing I can do, the older I get, the more I want to relax. I don't want to do. So you're not going to find me in line going down the slides 90 times. You'll find me in the lazy river, like
you better not have your computer with you while you're going around the lazy river.
No, you won't see my computer out there. That's for sure. I'll have my phone in the wet bag.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
The answering email on the tube in the lazy river.
Right.
There's worse places to work.
That's true. There are worse places to work for sure. So, but definitely, I highly recommend that you plan to visit Disney's Typhoon Lagoon. But if you're going already, let us know. If you're not, and you want to go, we can definitely, Marvelous Mouse Travels can help you with that. You can reach out to one of our very highly knowledgeable Disney vacation planners that we have here at Marvelous Mouse Travels. Check out the link that's scrolling at the bottom, marvelousmousetravels.com/contact us. You'll be connected with an agent. Here's the best part. Doesn't cost you anything extra. They can help you get your tickets upgraded. If you've already got a trip planned and you want to add that on, or let's say you want to add that H2O Glow Night party on, definitely reach out and they can help you get that taken care of.
But you want to add that because you want that premium bar.
That premium bar, that's right. So
just money saving tips for you guys.
Yeah. If you're traveling anytime between mid-April to the end of October, it's hot in Orlando and the pool's not going to do it for you. Go to the water park and do the H2O Glow Night if you're in the summertime.
Yes, summertime. Take advantage of that. I think it runs through September, if I'm not mistaken. So it's it's around for a little bit, and definitely check that out. Well, that's all I have. Does anybody have anything else they would like to tell our viewers? So,
Nope.
well,
Look for content for H2O Glow Night because
yeah, definitely.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's
Coming your way.
non-negotiable now.
That's right. We're gonna have to go. We're gonna have to cover it for informational purposes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm in.
That's right. Well, wherever you're watching from, we thank you for joining us for another edition of our MMT Social Hour, and we hope that you have a marvelous rest of your day. Thank you for joining, everybody, and I hope that you have a good rest of your evening.
Bring ice and a
Bye.